These are Sony's new Pulse Elite PlayStation headphones. I've been wearing them for the last couple weeks, and I wanted to let you know whether I think these headphones are worth the $150 price point. The Pulse Elites are Sony's follow-up to the original Pulse 3Ds that released back with the PlayStation 5 back in 2020. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of frustrating that it took them 3 years for these headphones to come out after the PlayStation 5 came out, because they really are a significant improvement over the originals, but at least we have them now. But first, I want to give a huge thank you to Infinite Rabbit Holes for sponsoring today's video. I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I like to have board game nights with my friends and my family. The problem is, all the board games that I have, they've already played. So if you're looking for something totally new for game night, I've actually got the perfect game for you. And that game is the Arkham Asylum Files Panic in Gotham City mixed reality adventure. This is not your run-of-the-mill Batman board game, not that there's really any of those out there. This is a mixed reality adventure that not only allows you to build a 3D Gotham City, but also take this game to the next level in mixed reality. The Arkham Asylum Files is an augmented reality adventure game that combines storytelling and technology for a brand new at-home entertainment experience. Grab your friends, grab your family, and get them together to unbox an epic Batman mystery featuring Harley Quinn and the Joker. I can't totally describe it because there's so much going on. It's like a board game, augmented reality, live action series, puzzle, escape room. It's awesome. This game is for 1 to 6 players, 13 plus, and it allows you to view Gotham City in a way that you've never viewed it before. 1, you can literally build it in 3D, but 2, you can also view it in augmented reality, which allows for a whole new world. Seriously, it's a whole new experience, and you can check it out for yourself right now by buying it at infiniterabbitholes.com, linked in the description below. So the first thing that you'll notice with the Pulse Elites is the design language and how similar it is to the PlayStation 5 and really all of the PlayStation 5 accessories. And I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely cool and futuristic. I will say though that because you've got these giant white bands kind of wrapping around the side of the ear cups, it does make these headphones more bulky. Especially when you put them on. I mean, they look kind of ridiculous. Do they look as ridiculous as other gaming headsets? I mean, that's up to you, but I definitely feel like these are much bulkier than any of the headphones that I wear on a day-to-day basis. But hey, that might just be the nature of gaming headsets, so I can't complain about that too much. Compared to the original Pulse 3Ds, these headphones are definitely larger in a lot of ways. First of all, they feature much larger ear cups that are also articulated to allow for a slightly more customizable fit. Like I already said, the band on the top of the headphones is larger than the original Pulse 3Ds because it wraps around either side of the ear cups. But for me, the biggest visual difference is just the ear cups themselves. They're like double the size, they're so much plusher, they feel so much softer on your head, and they really do a great job of blocking out the sound. Now obviously these headphones do have noise canceling, but just the passive noise canceling that's created by the ear cups themselves is pretty impressive. I guess while we're continuing to sort of walk around the headset, you've got this adjustable headband, which is pretty soft and raises and lowers depending on the size of your head. You've got a retractable microphone on the left side of the headphones, which wasn't there in the Pulse 3Ds. In fact, there was 2 hidden microphones in the Pulse 3Ds, and I'll be honest with you, it didn't sound that great. This new setup definitely gives you the advantage of being able to position the mic nearer your mouth so your friends can hear you better, which is important. In terms of buttons and inputs, on the right ear cup, you've got a volume rocker towards the back, you've got a power and Bluetooth button, you've actually got a mute button on the mic itself, which I think is kind of nice, it's easy to find. Then as far as inputs go, you've got a USB-C and also an 1/8" jack, which allows you to plug into things wired if you need to. A cool hidden input, or I guess hidden detail, is this contact charging port between the adjustable headband and the headband itself. One addition that you get inside the box, which I actually really like, but I will never use for myself, is this headphone mount, which actually can charge your headphones. There's a USB-C input on the bottom, and then it connects to your headphones like this, and you can just rest your headphones on top of this charger and it'll wirelessly charge your headphones for you while they're docked, which is super cool for a lot of people who like to mount their headphones on things, and it's really great that PlayStation gives you their own chargeable mount. I think that's awesome. But I will say that, me personally, never really mount my headphones at anything. I usually just set it on a table once I'm done, or, you know, plug it in with the rest of my controllers next to my TV. This is not something that I see myself using at all, but it is very nice that Sony added it, especially for a somewhat premium pair of $150 headphones. A detail that I really like that I should mention because I really genuinely like it this much is that on the retractable microphone, you've got the triangle, circle, X, and square logos that are raised, so it actually gives you a grip to pull out the microphone. It's a very, very nice touch. I love that they use that for sort of their textures on the PlayStation, on the controllers, and things like that. Very, very cool hit. And it does genuinely make it easier to pull in and out the microphone. I really like that a lot. But now that we've talked about the design, let's talk about the sound quality. And all of that is created by the planar magnetic drivers. Now, planar magnetic drivers are different than dynamic drivers. They're actually flat and planar, which is why they're called planar magnetic drivers. And the reason they tend to be more expensive is because they're more sensitive, which means that they're more delicate, which means that they're more difficult to produce. Not only that, the actual movement of planar magnetic drivers is not only faster, but also more uniform than a standard dynamic driver, which means essentially that you get a slightly more responsive and less distorted sound. Now, this is not something that I can personally hear that well. I love music, I love making music, but my ear for slight, minute differences between different kinds of drivers is not great. But I will say, when it comes to gaming, it does sound good. It sounds very clear, it sounds very sharp, and when you're playing things like God of War, or Spider-Man, or even Madden, it sounds really, really clear. That being said, I did try to listen to music on these headphones, and it wasn't great. It was weirdly bad, actually. I don't know if that's because I had these connected to my computer and I was listening to music through Bluetooth, and maybe it just wasn't coming through like it should, but for whatever reason, it sounded kind of tinny, and the highs just clipped on me every time, which was so weird. Now, to be fair, I was kind of turned off by that experience and didn't try listening to some other things, so I don't know if that's the case for everything. You know what, let's just try really quick. So now I'm interested. Let's listen to some good old Beatles. I'll throw some nasty Nas really quick. It's alright. It's better than the first time that I listened to it, but it's still not great. That being said, in-game audio is excellent, and the fact that you also get 3D audio means that you're going to hear things behind you and in different areas that are sort of in a space, kind of like spatial audio, that you wouldn't hear with a normal set of headphones, and so in a lot of ways, this is actually the best way that you can listen to your games. Although the Pulse Elites are not my preferred way of listening to music, it is very cool that you get dual device connectivity. You can use PlayStation Link on either your PlayStation or your PlayStation Portal, and you can connect this to other devices like your phone or your laptop via Bluetooth and take calls while you're gaming, which I will say is very cool and honestly one of the selling features of these headphones for me. Actually, the main reason that I got these headphones is to connect them to my PlayStation Portal and play all of my PlayStation games portably, because I have a daughter now and it's very difficult for me to go down to the basement and play PlayStation on my TV. So these allow me to play all my PlayStation games with audio, because the PlayStation Portal doesn't work with other Bluetooth headphones, which is crazy. And honestly, for me, it's been a dream come true. Using my PlayStation Portal with these headphones has been absolutely amazing. Sounds great, connects seamlessly, it's awesome. And actually, with PlayStation's proprietary PlayStation Link technology, you get lossless audio and low latency. And obviously, this has PlayStation Link, and that's the only way it can connect to headphones, not Bluetooth for some reason. Now with the PlayStation Portal, you don't need a dongle, it's actually built in. However, on the PlayStation 5, no matter which kind you have, whether it's the newest, the Slim Digital, or the original, you still need to plug in the USB dongle, which is USB and not USB-C, which is kind of weird. That dongle gives you PlayStation Link connectivity. It comes included with your headphones. However, weirdly enough, you still need a dongle, which doesn't make sense to me because this is actually older than the PlayStation 5 Slim. So why didn't they just include it in that? But hey, at least you don't have to buy any extra accessories to use these. You just plug it into the back of your PlayStation, which unfortunately does take up a USB slot, and you're good to go. So design-wise, decent, albeit a little bit bulky. Sound quality, really good if you're playing games, not if you're listening to music. But now let's talk about the microphone and the sound quality of the mic. So like I said before, it's a retractable microphone, so you can pull it out and move it closer to your mouth if you want to talk to people, which is, one of the main reasons you buy this headset. And one feature I really like is the fact that the mute button is on the microphone itself, so it's very easy to find and a light goes off so you know that it's muted. You can also mute on your controller and it'll mute the headphones as well, which you couldn't do on the PlayStation Pulse 3Ds, at least I think, which is like a weird omission if that is the case. Let me know in the comment section down below if that is the case. I completely forget. But either way, you've got a mute button on the headphones and a mute on the controller and you're good to go. Sound quality of the microphone is decent. It's definitely better than the Pulse 3Ds, but it's not mind-blowing. It's probably the best headset that I've owned in terms of microphone sound quality for gaming, but in terms of microphones, it's kind of lower end. That being said, the sound quality might not be amazing. It's fine, it's workable, but it's not amazing. The AI noise cancellation on the microphone is really solid. It actually allows you to eat a bag of chips and no one can hear it on the other end. It also just cuts out lower sounds around the house, like maybe someone talking in another room or someone dropping a controller on the ground. It blocks all of that out. It just isolates your voice. It's awesome. That is one big plus and honestly one of my favorite features. It allows you to eat while playing games and no one knows. It allows you to play in a relatively crowded room and not bother anyone on the other end. And it's just a great system. It's not perfect, but it works. In terms of battery life, I was stupid and I didn't really take the time to test it. I literally just plugged it in whenever I was done with it, which I shouldn't have done, I wasn't thinking. Sony claims that you get 30 hours of battery life and you can fast charge it in 10 minutes up to 2 hours of battery life. I didn't test any of that. I honestly forgot, I'm sorry. But for me, I didn't have any battery life issues. There was a couple days where I just kind of let them sit and they were totally fine. But for the most part, I would just plug it in after I was done, which is what I do with all my controllers. So I don't know, I should get better at testing battery life on things, because that was a mistake on my part. So are the Sony Pulse Elites worth it? Well, for 150 bucks, they're in that sort of mid-range headphone price. They're not the most expensive headphones out there, but they're also not the cheapest. They're not even the most expensive gaming headphones out there, but they do get the job done. They sound good, they connect to your PlayStation seamlessly, at least if you have the dongle. They connect to your PlayStation Portal seamlessly, which is what I was looking for personally. And so for me, In my use case, these are perfect. They sound great, they connect almost instantaneously with my PlayStation Portal, and I can take calls, and the AI noise canceling is incredible. So yes, if you have the money, if you have $150 laying around and you want a new set of headphones for your PlayStation, this is a great way to go. If you really just want a new set of gaming headphones, there are a lot of cheaper options out there that'll work fine for you, but if you're looking for a more premium, first-party option, this is a great way to go, and I do think it's worth it.